Hey gang, welcome to an all-new Collection Expansion Extravaganza right here on ToyWorldOrder.com with me, Duvall, and my wife, Carrie Duvall. Gang, we're back. We've got some all-new stuff. We've got so much stuff.
So much stuff.
So much stuff to show you guys over the next however many episodes we...
Let's just dig in.
We're going to go to like 80.
Years old, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Okay.
I don't know where we're going to put it all, but we're going to keep going. What do you got over there?
I got 2 Goofies.
You show off your Goofies. I'm going to quench my thirst.
Here they are. I'm done. Not much to say about them. This one's a stuffed Goofy.
This is a stuffed Goofy that's...
And this one's...
I don't know where this Goofy originated. It might have been a Disney store Goofy because he's kind of got the... You know, he's a plush Goofy. He's kind of got the quality of the Disney stuff. He's got a little dirt on his shirt back here, but it was a stuffed Goofy that carried a little dirt on his teeth, too. A little stuffed Goofy that Carrie actually didn't have.
It's getting harder and harder to find stuffed ones that I don't own because they all kind of look the same. And
yeah, but we saw him and grabbed him because we thought
his vest is what told me that we didn't have him. I think because it was like a crocheted kind of thing.
Yeah, so very cool Goofy.
This one we found at a Goodwill. Yeah, thanks to Chris Sheets. Correct?
No, not Chris Sheets. Chris Hetty.
Chris Hetty. Sorry.
Wrong Chris. But you were on the right Chris line there. Chris Hetty.
Chris somebody.
Yep, Chris Hetty. Sent us a picture of there was a Goofy, a Mickey, and a Minnie.
At the Goodwill.
At the Goodwill. And we only picked up the Goofy because, well, they wanted like $3 a pop for him. We're like, well, I don't even know what these are from.
I just wanted the
Carrie just wanted the Goofy. But yeah, he's very interesting
different.
Goofy.
I mean, I'm not sure what...
Yeah, I'm not sure either. His legs, his arms, and his head are all solid PVC plastic. And then his body is like stuffed, so you can't really... Like, he'll stand up on his own.
This is going to be us when we're 80.
Hey, welcome to Collection Expansion Extravaganza. Yeah,
So yeah.
But very cool though. I'd never seen a Goofy with the hard plastic arms, legs, and head there. I mean, it was a different Goofy altogether that we'd ever seen. So very cool.
I got this guy here.
A vintage. I'm gonna put these down.
1980.
Yogi Bear. Look at the vintage Yogi. Probably. I'm not sure if he might have been a store item because in the 80s they had a lot of the store items. They hung them on the hooks. So you hung them like kind of carded figures on the hooks, so they all had those hang loops, and it's kind of hard to find a lot of them with the loops these days. But a very vintage. We saw him and we were like, wow, we don't have a vintage Yogi. That's kind of cool. Yeah. And he was really nice. He's in nice shape. He's got a little dirt on the back of his collar.
He's kind of dirty back here, but
but that's all right. Otherwise, he's in really good shape. So another one of those odd items we found digging through a Goodwill, and we were like, he's a quarter. Why not? Yeah. Literally, why not? Here, I'll put him down here. Okay. Kind of throw him in this box.
Got
bank? Snow White bank, yeah. This would have been probably around the time... Is there a date on the bottom of her? I don't think so, but this looks very much like an Applause PVC bank. Back probably, I want to say, in the 90s, early 2000s, probably either when this came out on DVD for the first time, or it came out on Blu-ray for the first time. It's hard to say. But this is a newer Snow White bank. And it's very nicely done. I mean, it's we're not big bank people, collector bank.
Seems like
we've collected quite a few.
We've got a few just by accident.
Just by accident and by finding them, going, well, that's cute, and then going, oh, well, it's a bank too. Yeah. So very cool Snow White bank there. That's pretty nice. Here, we'll put her down here too.
I think this one might have been a bank too, but it's missing the.
It is a Dakin item, and he's missing his tail.
Oh,
his tail's gone. But again, we found him at...
this was at a yard sale.
At a yard sale. The guy, it was like in a quarter box. And even though he was beat up, we're like, well, he's a Dakin.
And you can't see the back of him.
No, you can't really. So we were like, well, we'll pick him up. We don't have Tweety as a Dakin, but I think at one time his he squeaked too.
Yeah.
Which he does. Yeah, he does not anymore. But very interesting combination of a bank and one of the Dakin posable figures, because he's got all the posability of a normal Dakin figure with the head and the arms, and the waist here moves, and the tail would have moved too. But the fact that he is attached to his base, and the base itself is a bank. They did quite a few of these Looney Tunes wise. He was a bank. Speedy Gonzales was a bank. There is a Yosemite Sam. That's a bank. And there was one other, maybe Sylvester, that was a bank. I know there was one other one that was a bank because we just saw it recently. But, you know, it was a very cool item. It's got pretty much all its bars except for there's a couple, you know, there's a few that have been popped off and torn off. But in overall decent shape, though. And again, for a quarter,
yeah,
why not? This little Mickey lunchbox is kind of cool. It's a medieval knight motif with Mickey the Knight rescuing Minnie the princess from the evil dragon. Very cool. The sticker's coming off a little bit on the front, but
we'll maybe glue that back or something.
Yeah, well, it looks like they didn't put it on right to begin with because it's way too far over. But, yeah, but I mean, for the fact that it's still thermos and it's in pretty decent shape. It's thermos doesn't look like it's ever been used hardly. You know, it's. Whenever we find cute little lunchboxes or decent, you know, fun lunchboxes like that, we pick them up. So it was a very, very nice find there. Put the thermos back there. We've got a few other interesting items. I got a couple of vintage hand puppets from. I want to say these. You know, it's hard to read the tags because the tags are non-existent on these. But this one was kind of neat. It's almost Muppet in nature, just for the sheer fact that it's like this weird moose. Hey guys, how you doing?
I got an elephant. How do you make
it? With his big old long nose. But these, I'm guessing, are vintage, probably 70s era puppets, early 70s era puppets. This one was.
Well, wait a minute.
What?
Well, wait a minute.
What?
Oh, this is not an elephant.
What is he?
I don't know. This says Possum Trot.
Possum Trot is the name of the company.
Okay. I'm so confused.
This is probably a Possum Trot puppet too, but
okay, I was trying to figure out.
Very Muppet. So I'm guessing it was done in the 70s, probably around the time of the rise of the Muppets per se. But what's cool is we found these.
No, not we. I did.
Carrie found these at a church sale, and in that box were two actual Fisher-Price Muppet puppets.
And these were all a quarter.
Yeah, they were all a quarter.
I was like, done.
This one, of course.
I'm scared to do that one. Hey, I don't want to do this one because it feels like he's going to fall apart on the inside.
Of course, there's an Oscar the Grouch. I don't know about that.
Do this one because he feels like he's.
So there's an Oscar that's a vintage Fisher-Price. Let me see Cookie.
His mouth feels like it's very fragile.
Cookie. Oh, hold on. Cookie. Ha. Oh, no. Oh, Cookie. See, it's for Cookie.
Yeah, do these
That's
have
good
an ear on
enough
them or
for
anything?
me.
No.
But this Cookie Monster's got kind of got googly eyes. Cookie. Yeah. But these were little Fisher-Price puppets in the late 70s, and these were kind of cool to add. At least the two. We just bought all four because they were a quarter.
Well,
piece.
yeah, and plus these are just neat look because you could tell these just look really old.
Yeah.
And you being the puppet guy.
That's true.
You know, figured what.
But other than being a little misshapen here, they were in pretty good shape. Yeah. So good eyes on the redhead over here because she. Always
dig through the stuffed animal box because you never know what's down in there.
I got a bunch of little some kids books and stuff I'll burn through here real quick.
I'll grab some.
I like to add to my Little Mermaid collection, so I try to pick up Little Mermaid books that I don't have, and this one was actually a little tub book for kids, and it's hi, my name is Ariel, and it kind of tells you a little bit about Ariel, and it's got like pages you can color with bath crayons and stuff, but this was 2004, and you can see it's just a little.
I think you should use it in the tub.
Oh, I should. Little
here's
bathtub.
another Little Mermaid thing.
Another Little Mermaid coloring and activity book with stickers, and this basically just has it's just a coloring book, and it's got a bunch of mazes and stuff in there. The stickers are long gone, but
oh well.
I think it was 25 cents a quarter.
We have a Wendy's Furskins.
That was a giveaway that came in the Wendy's Happy Meal. You could get the little Wendy's, the Furskins, the little tiny ones, which we have a bunch of.
They'll be on an episode probably.
Eventually. And then there was this little the Furskins giveaway, which was the little booklet that tells about how they became Furskins, how they built their town and everything, and how they were normal bears, and they found shoes and all that. It's crazy.
We found this at a library book sale.
Yeah.
And in with the kids' books.
Yeah, just hiding in the kids' books. So.
And then we found this there too.
Ah, yes, the Ghostbusters 2 Flippin' Fun that had never been used, that was just like crammed into the kids. Yeah. But the artwork in this is awful. It's terrible.
Let me find a really bad one. like that.
Well, or this. I'm talking about the Ghostbusters.
Well, they can see it or not.
It's terrible. It is terribly drawn.
You can't even tell who. Yeah. Is that supposed to be the guys from the movie?
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Okay,
it's supposed to be Ray and Winston, but it doesn't look like Ray and Winston.
No, it doesn't. So,
horrible, but never used.
Still,
I thought it was just an interesting thing to pick up. So, it's the Easter Beagle Charlie Brown from, I want to say that's a scholastic book from the 70s. It is 76. Yeah. So, but it basically tells the entire story and showed up. So
yep. I'm looking at it. I don't think I've seen it. I don't think I've seen it.
But it's just some really cool.
It's hard to open though.
Yeah, it's hard to open, but it takes the stills of the animation and they built the story around it that way, which is kind of cool. So yeah, very neat little idea for a book. Little golden book of Kermit Save the Swamp. Just a little Muppets golden book that was, just one of those beautiful artwork inside.
Let me see.
Just an interesting little golden book. From Grossup and Dunlap, about the time when the Land Before Time came out, but it was Land Before Time, Friends in Need, little storybook. You can kind of see it. Same idea. It takes stills and images from the film and puts them together in a book form to kind of tell the story of how the friends met and how they stick together and through thick and thin and all that fun stuff. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Something else we found at the library sale, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Actually, I think all of these were from
all of those came from the library sale.
I'm pretty sure.
A hardback for Batman Mad Love, which is a collection of, including Harley Quinn's first appearance in the Batman Animated Series comic and so much more. A lot of great little stories in here, but just a hardback for this. And what's interesting is this book, I think when it came out was, I don't remember what the price on this sucker was, $20. When it first came out in hardback like this, and the library sale, it was
maybe a buck.
It was 50 cents, I think, because it was a kid's book, technically. So very, very interesting little stuff to find. My puzzle obsession is growing, which we'll get to eventually. But one of them we found at the Goodwill was this really cool Little Mermaid puzzle from the original release of the film.
Oh, this is the one we put together.
We did put this together, and it was all there, and it was very cool. It was very very nicely done. Really tiny pieces, though, 200 pieces. So looked really cool when it was all put together. But again, we don't have anywhere to frame them or display them. So
put it back in the box.
We put it back in the box, and then we put the boxes up. But very cool. And I got some records here. I've got Smurfing Sing-Along. So it was Sessions Company. And on this is side one is Smurfing Land, the Smurf Hop, Win the Smurfs, Little Smurf Boat, Come to the Party, Smurf Baby. Side 2 is You're a Pink Toothbrush.
Smurfing Cowboy.
Merry-Go-Round, Silly Little Song, Summertime, and Smurf Lullaby. It is a licensed... it was licensed, but it's interesting because they advertise another one on the back of here, Father Abraham in Smurfland.
I was going to ask you what that guy was doing there.
So if anyone ever wanted to hear, probably, I'm guessing, more than likely is a very
like a gospel type.
No, it's very Father Abraham is a very Jewish name. Yeah, okay. It's a very, very Jewish man.
What kind of songs I wonder around that?
I think it's just a tale of Father Abraham's time in the Smurfland. It's very interesting. I'd like to find that album someday and listen to it because I'm sure it is a trip. I'm sure it is insane. The soundtrack to the Blues Brothers. Not necessarily just because it was an LP and it was Blues Brothers, and this is one of the best soundtracks ever made for the music that's on here. I mean, She Caught the Katy, the Peter Gunn theme, Give Me Some Love, Give me some loving, give me a... Shake Your Tail Feather, the original Shake Your Tail Feather. Everybody Needs Somebody to Love, which is like the someone to love, someone to love. The old landmark theme from Aretha Franklin. The theme from Rawhide, Minnie the Moocher with the great late Cab Calloway. Sweet Home Chicago, which is one of my favorite songs of all time, and Jailhouse Rock. So, an amazing film and an amazing soundtrack. Like one of the first huge oh my god, that soundtrack's amazing. The Best of Disney, Disneyland Records. When You Wish Upon a Star, Spoonful of Sugar, Little April Shower. Ooh Dalali from Robin Hood, Someone's Waiting for You. The Disco Mouse, the Mickey Mouse March. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Lavender Blue Dilly Dilly. The Wonderful Thing About Tiggers. I've Got No Strings. You Can Fly, You Can Fly, You Can Fly. And It's Not Easy. All on that one album. So, very cool collection of Disneyland hits. Then a couple of Snow White. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs music from the original motion picture soundtrack.
Oh my God, you don't need to read every song.
I'm not. This would have been. This is 19. This version is 1963 for this one.
Goodness.
Yep. So 1963, and then
we have several of these.
Yeah, we have several of these. This is actually this actually is the story and songs from Snow White, and the reason it's so different and unique is because there's actually a storybook. Pages are really thin here. There's actually a storybook inside the album cover that tells you the story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So, and then this last Disneyland Records, another version of it from 1960, a different version from this. Whereas this was what I said. This was 63. This one is also 1963, and uses what I find is interesting. It's the same album,
the same songs. I'm just looking at them, reading the same songs.
Same album, same songs, same backs, different colors,
but the fronts are different.
The covers are completely different. So I'm not sure what the story is on. One is music from the original motion picture soundtrack, and one is all the songs from the original motion picture soundtrack. So, but the thing is, that it's all the same music on both albums.
I don't get it.
I don't either. I'm not sure what the difference between both of those is, but it's very
we
interesting.
just buy them for the.
Well, these actually all came in a big Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs lot that Carrie went yah-yah on and bought everything. Bought it all. She just bought it all. Well, I was on the other side of the auction house doing something, come back, and she looked at me with a sheepish grin, and she bought all of it. Because no one was bidding on it, which that gets us in trouble a lot, because nobody bids on it. We're like, $1?
Yeah, and then we end up with a carload of stuff.
We end up with a carload of stuff.
And
but this was kind of interesting. This was.
I tried to sell this in a garage sale, but you wanted to keep it.
I did want to keep it just because I thought it was interesting. It's a very interesting, the calendar.
What year is that for?
This would have been for 2012.
Okay.
But it's 2012 Snow White calendar, and just the fact that just what it's made out of. It's like made out. It's not paper. It's like a weird, almost a canvas material.
Yeah.
But it's got 12 different pictures of all the different, it's all Snow White and the Prince and the Dwarves, but really beautiful pictures and a really well done. I was like, well, we'll keep it. We'll figure something out to do with it. It's kind of cool. Then some action figures we found. Actually, just the day we were shooting this, we went to a little antique mall and dug through a bunch of like little Happy Meal bags, and we found a bunch of stuff. But one of the things we found was I found my other non-posable Wile E. Kit. Because I have Wile E. Cat. I have the non-posable Wile E. Cat, which we found a little bit, and I got Wile E. Kit to go with her, to go with him. So I've got both the Cubs and then they're non-posable, because they made posable versions of them as well later on, but both non-posables. And then I got some food fighters, and the names escape me, but my hamburger here, he's got his gun. No backpack though, the backpack's missing, but the gun, the weapons are hard to find to begin with, and he happened to have his gun, so very cool. But of course, food fighters, they were just soft plastic, the only thing that moved on them were their arms and their legs. And then I found the pizza, which he needs cleaned up. He's a little dirty, but I don't remember if he was just private pizza.
These are
or what
just the funniest things I've ever seen.
These, it's funny. These are.
I know your friend Pixel Dan.
These are one of Pixel Dan's favorite toy lines of all time.
One of the first things he reviewed.
This is one of the first things he reviewed, and years ago, before the prices on these skyrocketed on the second market, Danny went back and bought them all, bought everything for pennies on the dollar. I'm not kidding you. Carded figures, Danny was buying for $1, $2 a piece because nobody was buying them at the time.
Well, because look at them.
And now there's a resurgence on these, and people want them really badly. But so
they're so funny.
They are.
He's just a hamburger. And he's a piece of pizza.
He's a piece of pizza.
So what's the story? They just who do they fight?
You know what?
Food?
It's funny because it's you would think the bad guys would be all junk food and the good guys would be health food. Well, that wouldn't sell. So both characters are all junk food, like pizza and hamburgers and French fries.
They fight each other.
Turkey. One of them's a turkey leg and one of them's an ice cream cone. It's crazy. Food fighters is nuts.
I love it.
And then to go with them, a couple of years ago we came across this, but it's the combat carton from Food Fighters, and unfortunately it's not complete. It doesn't have the little firing disc, but it's the little top gun here is there. It's got a little broken piece on it, but just the fact that's supposed to have something that holds it in. But the combat carton is interesting because you can open it up and you can.
Oh my God! It's like an egg carton.
Yeah, it's exactly.
I've never seen it opened.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It is indeed an egg carton.
Funny.
Yeah. But you can put your figures in here, like so.
That's ketchup. This is a ketchup bottle.
Yeah, it's a ketchup bottle.
I'm sorry. This is the first time I'm actually getting to touch it and look at it. How funny.
I know, right?
Seriously.
But, some of these characters, Like the pizza has to go up front because he's got.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say when you go to shut it, his head's gonna get smashed.
Yeah, so
oh
you can put the food fighters in the combat cart in there, and then the ketchup bottle actually, you would put. There was a spinner that went on here that you twisted up and it ratcheted into place, and then when you hit the button, it would spin off and shoot off at people. So, very cool action figure line that. It was one of those odd little lines that didn't get a lot of love when they were out. Now people are like, oh my god, I have to have food fighters. And now the prices are ridiculous. Like, we're talking like...
Well, it just depends. We found this guy for like 25 cents today.
Yeah, we found them all for...
And this was at somebody's garage sale, and they thought it was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle vehicle.
Well, no, they thought it was just a military vehicle. And I was like, can I just buy... They had a whole lot of it, and they wanted like the whole lot for $10, and that was in there. I'm like, can I just buy this? I just want this. And they're like, yeah, I'll sell it to you for $1. I don't even know what it is. And I'm like... It's food fighters, and the kid was like, I knew that's what it was from, and the dad was like, I didn't think that's what it was from. And then top it off, this came at a recent auction we went to, but this is I found a Mr. Miyagi from the Karate Kid line with his kimono here.
Goodness, does he come with all this?
He didn't. He originally just came. This Mr. Miyagi just came with this originally, with this karate item here, and you can see you can set it up and. He would hit it and knock it down, but you know, it was a pretty interesting line because there was he's got powered kicks here with the button. You know,
is he still alive?
Pat Morita is unfortunately he has passed away.
I just thought of that. I just hadn't heard anything.
He has left us. So I've got a Mr. Miyagi now to put with my Danielson. But what was interesting about this was not only did he come with his actual accessory he came with, but I don't remember who came with the ice block accessory, but that was in there as well and was complete. And that was just a little
neat. I want to do it.
Never mind. Hold on. You gotta get it just right on there. There. So hold on. You gotta put his arm up like that.
Okay, and then let go.
And then snap it, and there's a button right here.
Ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job, Carrie Ann.
Yeah.
So Mr. Miyagi, and not only like I said his accessory, but also one of the other figures accessories, which I thought was pretty cool, and that was in one of our recent auctions we went to. That was just a bunch of stuff in a field, basically, and it was raining, and we got everything for pennies on the dollar. So, very cool. Well, there you go, guys. That's going to wrap up this episode of Collection Expansion Extravaganza. Make sure you check us out on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/ToyWorldOrder and hit subscribe. As the puppet likes to say, mash the like button, like all of our videos, and check out everything we've got to offer. And until next time, guys, remember, keep digging because you never quite know what you're going to find. Take care. My ketchup bottle fell.